Everyone likes mysterious phenomena. People are attracted to inexplicable things that mystify the mind, pique our curiosity, and provoke our imagination. People hate secrets and yearn to know how things work and why. When watching TV program with your friends, figuring out murder mysteries and horror movies is relatively easy. But in real life, sometimes this is not so easy. Instead of anticipation of learning the truth about a mystery, you may be terrified instead. No, I'm not pitching for a new movie debut. I am introducing my story, which deals with a life experience involving this very topic. My name is Henrik, and I am 23 years old. I live with my father in a neighborhood that is quieter than most. Its residents go to sleep soon after sunset. Are you intrigued by this neighborhood? A legend circulates around this neighborhood that... Well, first, let me tell you how we came to live in this nice, quiet neighborhood. We used to live across town, but our old house burned down. Mom died in the fire, but Dad and I miraculously survived somehow. Dad decided to move away from that location due to bad memories. He wanted us to live in a quiet area far from there, so we searched for a nice home in a quiet neighborhood and found our current home here in this neighborhood. It was surprisingly affordably priced, and we wondered why, but Dad wasn't in the mood to look a gift horse in the mouth, so he bought it. As we were moving into our new home, a neighbor came over and welcomed us to the neighborhood. She said, "Welcome to the neighborhood. Isn't this area so quiet and beautiful? Too bad it owes these nice qualities to a massacre?" She looked dismayed. "Massacre?" Dad asked. "Oh, didn't you know?" she said. "Yes, the Draco family used to live here. One night, Mr. Draco went mad, killed his whole family, and then committed suicide. A little morbid, isn't it? I figured the realtor would have told you about that. That's why the real estate prices here are so cheap. Very few people would move into a house with such a macabre history. Oh, one more thing. I wouldn't go out after sunset if I were you." "Why not?" Dad asked. The neighbor hesitated, pondering if she should say any more. Finally, she said, "Well, everyone here has adopted the habit of going to sleep early. I used to drink my favorite tea on the porch at sunset. But one night I heard a loud, moaning voice come from out of nowhere. It scared the bejesus out of me, and I stopped being out after sunset after that." This story gave me the shivers, so I went into my bedroom and locked all the windows. I imagined, I hope it was my imagination, that I heard voices outside all night. The next day, Dad went to work. When he came home at the end of the day, I told him that I'd heard voices all night, and he looked worried. He told me that he was going to have work from dawn till dusk, but he promised to try to finish early whenever he could. That night, I couldn't sleep, so I searched the internet looking for information on the Draco family. There were a lot of anecdotes and even eyewitness accounts about Mr. Draco's ghost haunting this area. This had caused many people to move out of this neighborhood, which was why it was so peaceful and quiet and inexpensive to live here. I resolved to get to the bottom of this matter and prove or disprove it once and for all, but I would need help. A friend of mine named Hall lived not too far away, and I knew that he was obsessed with the supernatural, so I told him about our haunted neighborhood and the ghost of Mr. Draco. He told me that he had heard about this legend before and was excited at an opportunity to look into it deeper. So we gathered some tools, and he brought some spell books in case we should confront a ghost. Personally, I didn't believe in spells, but better safe than sorry, so I humored Hall. One day we waited until sunset and sat on the front porch of my house and waited. Sure enough, just after the sky turned dark, we heard a low moaning sound. We felt mild tremors in the ground. The sound gradually grew a little louder. We were shaking with fear almost as badly as the ground was shaking with tremors. Hall screwed up some courage and said that we had to ignore our fear and start digging into the ground where the voice was coming from. The deeper we dug, the louder the sound became. Suddenly, a blast of water jetted up out of the ground. We dropped our shovels and ran like bats out of, well, we ran fast. After a few minutes, when we had regained our breath and slowed down our heart rates, we built up the courage to go back to investigate. As we approached the hole, we laughed mightily. We had ruptured a weakened water pipe that had been making horrendous flow and water hammer noises. When Dad got home, we told him we had solved the mystery of the legend of the Draco family curse. I am so proud of myself for facing my fears and saving the reputation of our neighborhood.